asked a lot over the past year and a half, why did you make the bar? When did you make the bar? And the truth is that I didn't, and it's a very long story leading up to how I got it. So here it is, the complete history of the bar accurate to the date of its second birthday. The story is not just the story of me, Tokyo, but also the story of a lot of other people, so let's introduce them. I'm Percy. My name in the bar is Tokyo. I'm 22. I'm one of the owners. I've been in the bar since November 28th, 2020. I believe Jellyfish brought me into the bar initially.
I'm Ty. My bar name is Mitch. I'm 20 years old. I am one of the owners. I've been in the bar, I joined in January of 2021, and I think Ghost invited me from the Among Us Global server.
I'm Jessica, or Jess. I'm Get Bent in the bar. I am on staff, but I'm just a helper here. I've been in the bar basically since the beginning. I was invited by old ass owner who shan't be named because fuck the dude. From Among Us Global.
I'm Cameron. I'm Ghost Clock in the bar. I'm 23. I'm one of the owners. I've been in the bar since November 14th, 2020.
In the bar, I'm Gravity. My name is Trey. I'm 19. I'm a helper. I've been in the bar for good 2 years, I want to say, and was invited by Tokyo.
My name in the bar is Beetlejuice. My real name is Ismail. You can say Ishmael if it's easier to say that. I'm 20 years old. My role in the bar is a helper, so I'm on staff. I've been in the bar for about a year now, and I wasn't invited by anybody.
My username is Pumpkuno. My real name is Al, but people call me Ben for some weird reason.
Wait.
Middle name is Alcheo, so. And I'm a bar babe, and I joined in February of 2022 this year, and yep, I was just looking for a Valorant Discord.
My name in the bar is Mama Ghost Bunny. I am 23. I'm a helper. That's what I am. I've been in since January, so almost a year now, I want to say.
I'm Wiki. My name's Guillermo. I am 23 years old. I'm a mod. I've been in the bar, I think, also since January of this year, and I was invited by Marcy.
Can you put like a picture of a frog like over my thing? Like
Alright.
I have a public job and I don't want my face to be attached to anything on this fucking website. My name is Diet Frog or Mike. I joined the bar when it was like new, when Among Us was big, with like 30 people in it. 22.
I'm Chase. I go by the Assailant on the bar's Discord. I don't really remember when I joined. I think it was like
He just kind of
Discord
showed
and
up one
shit.
day.
I do know who invited me though.
Yo, it was Crash.
Crash. I am 18 years old, and I joined the bar mainly because I knew a few people that were already here.
It's Faded _XD. That's my name in the bar. Or now it is Ghost Watch. Because Ghost is my dad. My role as staff is it just staff?
No, I think you're
a helper.
It's helper. Okay, so I've been in here since December 2020. December 2nd. 22nd?
Hey, my name is Destroyer. I've been in the bar for over a year, I believe, and age is 20. Some people might know me as Ben. Role as admin.
I'm Emmy. I'm Bar Babe. People know me as Emily. I'm 20 now. And I've been in the bar for about like a year and a half, I think.
Alright, hi, I'm Cherry. I'm being forced to say my real name against my will, but it is Tiana. I am 22 years old, and I've been in the bar for about 2 years now, and the blue bitch themselves invited me here.
So I'm Grim Griffin. Real name is Griffin. I'm 22. I've been in the bar for almost a year now, I believe. And some blue-haired liberal with pronouns invited me to the bar.
In the bar, I am called Bandit Ho. I'm a mod. My actual name is Kim. I'm 21 years old. Introduce myself. Oh, I've been in the bar for... It's been like a year now, actually, I think. I joined in like August last year. So yeah. But I haven't been active for the full year. I was starting to be active in like October.
Hi, I'm Norway. I'm 24. My real name is Stine. I'm an admin, and I've been here since February 2021.
I'm Spicy, aka Isaac.
I'm Blitz, also known as Alex, I think.
The bar was created October 28th, 2020 by Knife Party. He created the server as a place to play Among Us away from some of the larger servers. The server was incredibly relaxed at the time and fairly small. This is when I feel it's important to give some insight on the past owner.
That Knife was just an asshole. He was a misogynistic asshole. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Fucking creep, to be honest.
He is a creep. I'm sitting in VC chat with Knife and a couple other people. He was posting, I think, girls that he's hooked up with, or maybe exes, like in photos of them, and basically bragging.
But he ran his website, right? He doxed every fucking order. Hales and like Folklore ordered from him, and he doxed them. And he like low-key was like doxing Hales every time she was in call, and then like was like, I will ban you if you don't give me your mom's Instagram or get your mom to follow me on Instagram. Like,
she was 16. That's
yeah.
I was on a call with him one time, and Hales had joined, and he kept asking her about like her, because her mom had like a website, and he kept asking her about it. And then he started asking her more and more about like her mom's Instagram and her mom and her personal life. I had to fucking mute him, and I did him, and I was like, bro, you need to stop. This is getting out of hand. And he was like, is it really? I'm like, do you realize you're talking to a fucking teenager, bro? Like, this is weird.
The big simp war that was going on. Like, like, I loved it. I loved how, like, it wasn't toxic at first, that, like, a few people did have, like, their paired off simps, and it was funny as fuck for a bit, where it was like, oh, killed them, like, I'm gonna vote.
Like in Among Us?
Yeah, in Among Us. Like, in Among Us, where they're like, oh, I'm gonna vote whoever, like, killed them off, or who I last saw with them, like, fuck you, like, that was my simp, like, meh. And then Knife got so sad that he didn't have anyone that had I simp for Knife behind him, so then, like, he started, like, saying he wanted to remove it, and I was like, I'm not fucking changing my name.
Do you guys remember when we were in that call together, and Knife fucking posted a picture that Sydney had sent him, and then she fucking left the call, and we were like, what the fuck did you do that for, bro? He literally posted her nudes in the call while we were all in the call together in the chat.
And they called the place a shithole and got kicked by the old owner.
I would be sitting in a voice club. He would like come in, and cause Incog's with me, we were like talking, and he's like, Incog, you getting any bitches today? We're both underage at this point. I think he was 13. And he's like going on. And then something about how if he got Incog to swear, he would make him like staff. Or something like that.
That's true, he never swore.
He never really cared about anyone but himself. So that's why he made that little 18 plus little server.
We would just be like playing Smash or whatever game in here back when we were both in college and had more time. And he'd just join, not wanting to play the game in a game chat. Well, there's other calls going on with people in them, but he came to our call trying to talk to us. It was like, whatever. So we'd kind of like fucking ignore him because, you know, we're playing Smash Bros. And he'd be like, oh, sorry. This hot chick just texted me. I gotta go. And then he'd just move up calls. And we thought that was so fucking funny. We still end phone calls like that. Like, oh, sorry, this hot chick's texting me. And we just hang up. It's awesome.
He was, to be frank, a huge dickhead. It wasn't known to most of us when we first joined that he was like this. A lot of us slowly started to know over the time he was owner, but it took us a while to figure it out. In a wonderful contrast to that of Knife, we have 3 great co-owners now.
Some blue-haired liberal with pronouns.
The blue bitch themselves.
One night where a couple people were online, and I was like, "Hey, I'll join in," and it was Percy complaining for going on a rant for like 10 minutes. Very interesting, but I had no idea what it was about.
We used to stay up late around when I joined the bar, and I used to kick their ass in chess all night.
We've played over 100 games of chess. I've never won.
I use Beer Garden the most. I'd be talking about the weather and shit.
Because Ghost and I like do streaks.
I didn't realize how close Ghost was. And then we've been hanging out at least one weekend every month.
Me, Knife, and
Yeah.
a bunch of people are in VC. You joined in, and I was like, "Who the fuck's this?" And they're like, "Oh, this is Ghost. We played with them last night when you were fucking gone." So,
Ghost not quoting me because I'm
My speed dial toilet, but I mean that's
What
it.
is a speed dial toilet?
That's Mitch.
Mitch is piss king.
Piss king.
Piss King? But
Mitch's piss cake.
Piss kink.
Mitch is Piss King.
Wait, your name isn't Mitch. I feel like that's an icebreaker that I have to tell everybody in the bar at least once.
That's when he had to tell me his name wasn't Mitch. I didn't know. We'd been hanging out for like 3 weeks straight, and then I was like, "Yo, what's your Snapchat?" And he was like, "Okay, so I need to tell you something. My name's not Mitch." And I was like, "What?"
He played Among Us and was good at it, so I had a goal to be better than him.
Mitch killed all of my children, like all 78 of them, without like mercy. Like I was begging him not to, and like I kept sending him pictures of them, and he just like stomped on their necks.
I feel like I'm missing a key point, but I'm not gonna ask.
You're not. That's all that happened. He just killed.
Okay.
I have no more children left because of Mitch.
Goddamn.
The key point here is that we were playing Risk. Upon joining, a lot of members have had significant early memories that kept them hanging around the server.
During like COVID school, I had just moved into my first apartment, like out of the dorms. I remember I joined this place like the first week, so I must have been just super fucking lonely because my girlfriend didn't live in, now fiance didn't live in town at the time, and it was getting fucking hammered and staying up too late playing Among Us and Jackbox, and also bullying Tokyo in Among Us. That was so much fun. God, I was such an asshole. I was so good at it.
When I first joined, I was very like shy and very introverted, and I didn't want to really interact with people that much. And so one day I saw somebody was playing a game. I'm pretty sure it was Skylar was playing a game, and I wanted to watch the game, but I didn't want to like interact with anybody. So I thought you could watch the game and not be in a call. So I clicked the like him being live. I clicked it thinking I was watching the game. No, I joined the VC with him and Ghost, and I think Cherry. But I did not want to join.
Some, but the earliest ones I can remember is when like we had like a Minecraft server, and then like I made like a diving board next to my house, but Destroyer thought it was a great idea to use it as a suicide board instead.
I remember we were playing a game. It was a bunch of us. I know Tokyo and Jess. I think you might have been there too, Mitch. I remember we were playing and City kept fucking complaining about like, "Oh, someone keeps voting me," because we had like anonymous voting on. So we turned it off for the next game and no one fucking told her, and we found out she kept voting herself to get fucking attention, to be like, "Oh, someone's voting me."
It was like the first time I ever went to a call, and it was when Percy was like, "Griffin, are you going to like the con or whatever that's going on downtown?" I said no because I was fucking jobless and broke. And so Sir Piss Pump fucking messages me like immediately. He's like, "Send me your Venmo. I'm manic and you cute."
Sean! I didn't like the bar as much as the other Among Us server I was in at first, and then I was switching jobs, so I was kind of out of the bar for a bit. And then when I came back, Knife made a whole bunch of really passive-aggressive comments, and then made Trey a higher staff role than me, because, like, in the week I was gone, Knife had demoted me to helper, and then I came back, and he was just a douchebag about it, and I was like, okay, well now, I'm gonna be the best damn staff member you've ever fucking seen, and it's just gonna be that way.
I remember the title of that presentation, and it was "Why You Should Let Me Come in You." That was the title of it. I remember that. I don't remember who made the prompt, but I remember I went fucking off. It was
like an old lady
amazing.
popped up.
And then there was a pounding on my wall and a phone call from my fucking neighbor who heard the entire thing.
The first time I found the bar in an Among Us server, and I had just started playing it. And then Beans was the first person to ever invite me to the server.
Oh, that's wild,
But then people were
actually.
rude. Yeah, people were rude, so I left. And then a year later, I was looking for people to play Valorant with, and then I found the bar on like Discord or something, and then I stayed.
Playing Roblox with Spicy and Blitz and showing them this game where they accidentally set off a nuke and both of them just screaming at the top of their lungs asking me what to do because they just panicked and I was my character died, so I'm like, I can't help you here. And to this day, it's just whenever I think about it, it gives me the giggles.
So the person that invited me got kicked like a week later. So I was sitting in the server, like I think I was 17 at the time, and I was just sitting here just like, who do I talk to? So I like sitting like Among Us. That's why I was hiding behind those like places, because like it's procs, I don't know anybody, so I just screamed, think it was funny as people ran by. So I would just sit there. And then one time somebody stood there and started talking back. And that was Incog.
The server started gaining traction and bringing in tons of new people in the start of November, and by the end of its second month was at 60 members. By December 20th of 2020, we had hit 300 members. By this time, a lot of the staff members and regulars were keeping the server super active. Myself, Ghost, Diet Water, Get Bent, and many more had already joined staff. At this point, Binance had also become the co-owner of the server, and this is what we sometimes refer to as the OGs or the Era 1 bar members.
Oaks knows that I'm fucking illiterate when it comes to Discord. Like, I can't do anything. And I am on staff solely because I'm an OG. I am one of the first fucking people in this server.
We were playing Among Us every night for hours upon hours. This is when the bar had its first real taste of drama. Sadie had joined the bar and started a lot of drama, made her own server, and also tried to raid the bar a lot. It was over within a week, but most people in the server can still recognize her profile picture from a mile away.
Sadie is my favorite band member because I fucking hated her. Like entirely. God, I hated her. And I don't remember why, is the funny part. I don't think she ever did anything to me. I just didn't like her.
Much to her demise, the bar hit 400 members right after the new year. This is right around the time that I got my nickname. For context, when I first joined the server, my Discord username was just my first name, which is no longer my first name. However, it is the name of a capital city. So one night, we're playing Among Us, and this girl comes in and is being extremely rude in an Among Us game. I, a helper at the time, sent her a message asking her to not be so abrasive, where she decides to go on a huge rant about how I am on a power trip. I discuss this with Knife, and then she DMs Knife to say that she wants to apply for staff, so he says he wants to interview her. The staff process at the time was very different to how we do it now. Back then, staff was just given out to the most active members, chosen at random by Knife. A lot of the time, it was just girls that he wanted to hit on or flirt with, so Knife tells staff to get as many of us in the call as we can, and tells me to change my profile picture and asks Diet Water, who was an admin at the time, to change my nickname. He said it to Tokyo, and I have never changed it. Shortly after this is when we had our second influx of people and started gaining more attraction. This is when Mitch, Norway, Crash, and others joined the server, and when talking about the bar history, a lot of these people are considered Era 2. Around this time is when a lot of us started to get split, and Knife was causing more and more trouble. Both him and another member named Folklore had decided to use our anonymous bot to fuck with the staff. They started trash talking a lot, being extremely rude to a lot of us without us being able to figure out who was saying it. A lot of us, himself included, had gotten into a call to talk about it. Then he began saying things in the message from the anonymous bot that only those of us in the call would know. It caused us to start questioning all the staff and distrusting each other. This went on for multiple hours before Knife finally told us. It was at this point that Get Bent took a step back from the bar. She ended up opening up her own server, Puffin Pass, which we often used to avoid Knife and the bar at the time due to him growing worse and worse. Around this time, we decided to lock down on being an 18+ server. Up until this point, we had added a minor tag to people's names if we found out they were under 18, but let them stay in the server. This is when we decided to no longer accept new minors. We set a role on all of the minors that we knew of, kept the tag in their name, but going forward, kicked any person under 18. We still continue to use the honor code system and don't ID anyone, but the minors we know of are tagged, and most of the minors we had when we initially stopped accepting new minors have since turned 18. Shortly after this is when Binan stepped down from her position as co-owner and left the server, at which point I became the assistant bar manager. Knife was rarely active and didn't have any clue what was happening in the server most of the time, but still insisted on being up in everyone's ass about everything. Not long after this is when we hit 700 members on March 2nd, 2021. There was a lot of messy things happening after this point, but Knife had essentially asked me, GetBent, and Ghost to decide on a new owner, or to be the owners ourselves while keeping him the official owner. We decided to continue working as a team, but I would take over for most of the things Knife was doing as I was already doing them. Shortly after this, GetBent had left to work more on her own server and help the community grow over there. Within a week, Knife was pissed and super mad about changes we had made. I had made the events section and made it so that we could start partnering with other servers. We partnered right away with GetBent's server Puffin Pass, and Knife lost it. He freaked out on me for daring to partner our server with the server he knew he wasn't welcome in. He continued to rag on me for every small thing while simultaneously telling me that it was my server now.
We have literally stuck it up through fucking thick and thin through this fucking Discord server.
When Destroyer found out about Knife having not transferred the official ownership to me, he decided to ping and text Knife over 700 times.
So my favourite memory in the bar is meeting a Knife 300, 400 times. Oh yeah, I think I might have messaged him like a couple hundred times.
Oh my
to the point he actually blocked me.
Knife got so mad, he actually banned Destroyer, and I had to unban him. I screamed at Knife about how dare he ban admins who he's barely even spoken to, but he finally agreed to give me ownership that night. Within 2 days of getting ownership, we banned Knife and threw a party to celebrate, and on that same day, we hit 1,000 members. After being freed from Knife, the bar continued to grow and thrive, and we launched our merch store and social media accounts. We've definitely had our fair share of strange people come through the server.
All of a sudden, I start scrolling through the calls. There's this guy, and his name was verbatim Waluigi Piss Hentai. I'm like, oh, that's a bot. Like, for fucking sure. I joined the call, right? He's like, yo, what's going on? He's a completely normal dude. He's like, you want to play some Smash Bros? Because he's in the Smash Bros call. I'm like, I guess. I play Smash with this dude for like 2 hours. He had a great job. He was fine. He never mentioned his name, and his profile picture was a shirtless Waluigi in a thong, by the way. And then he's like, cool, I'm gonna go to bed. Left the server. It's like he was a ghost.
Yeah, but there was one time
a
we were on
random person
Split.
joined the call and then asked us, "Are you actually?"
We were playing Valorant and we were on Split and we were in the pregame, and I specifically remember because I was at mid, and then everyone like just kept talking over him and it was funny.
She thought that it was appropriate to tell me that I sound like I have a Jew nose.
It was this motherfucker who joined, and the camera was on the chair. You could like see just like his waist down. This motherfucker takes off his pants and sits down so all you can see is his asshole and his testicles. And as fast as I possibly could, I banned this man, but he was the only one with his fucking camera on too. I was like, bro.
He was doing like that was when a lot of people like came into the call to like watch him like he was in a zoo.
Thought his name in the call was like 1 or something.
I think so.
But he said his name was Dave. Yeah.
Excuse me? Excuse me? His name was not Dave? It was Lil Dave. Get it right.
Oh yeah, that's
Get
it.
it right. Be respectful, okay?
Oh my god.
Goddamn.
I think the guy's name was just 1, and he was the one that where you would ask him a question, he'd tell you a whole story.
He literally in Beer Garden typed out like a whole thing about how he was coming out as like trans, as a trans woman. And me and Pixie were looking at it, but I think we were on a call together. We were looking at it, and we both commented on it, and we were like, "Oh, congratulations," stuff like that. And then he typed this whole fucking message. I think I still have it. He typed this whole fucking message. This is exactly what he said. He said, "JK, I'm not a effing F word. Lol, my pronouns are racist/homophobic."
We've lost connections with a lot of bar members who we will always cherish and love.
Incog.
Blue.
Beanan.
Cowboy.
We've started including way more games in the server. People are playing things like
Valorant.
Monster Hunter.
Devour.
Gary's Mod.
GeoGuessr.
TFT.
Sunboy.
Jackbox.
Flink to the finish.
Master.
Risk.
Rocket League.
Risk of Rain 2.
Apex.
Gartic Phone.
Overwatch lately.
And past that, we also have 3 co-owners now instead of 1, and I am so lucky to have both of them. Our community is as close as ever, and every day in the bar has brought us closer. The bar has become so important to so many people.
Basically like Alcoholics Anonymous almost. Show up, talk shit, have fun, leave.
The bar is a gigantic shithole where some funny things happen every once in a while.
The bar is like comfort to me. There's always someone to chat there, like whether it's in beer gardens or like anywhere, whether it's in Rant or like just to hang out, you know, whether I had a bad day or a good day, like you just go in, you hang out and whatnot. I like the bar. It's like, it's a safe place for me, and like I've made a lot of friends, even through texting, I guess, and like the distance and all that things, and like even if I haven't met like anyone here really personally, I consider a good hunk of people here like close friends and true friends, and like it's nice that I can do that and say that I actually have like friends and shit like that, you know. 22 and being like, man, I'm so happy I have some friends.
Where I met my Brit friend. Like I met like so many people from like around the world.
I think like the bar means a lot to me because I was in another server, but I was like kind of drifting away from it because I kept working really late. So every time I would come home, no one would be on anymore. But then when I joined the bar, I like started hanging out with you guys a lot more, and that also like made my free time a lot better because I would be active only under the night, and no one else was. So like all the people I met here mean a lot to me because like y'all kept me company when I didn't have anything else to do and stuff like that.
It can be a very nice place where some pretty cool moments happen, like nice conversations, things like that. Its meaning is that, like, just a nice place to get away from whatever might be happening in your personal life, and it'll come and go as things usually do, but I think being there in the moment in the bar, talking to the people in it, is the main meaning it has for me. Just being present.
You guys have been here for so long and have been my support system for so long, and like been such a relief and a help to me, especially like through like a difficult breakup and like work changes, and now I'm going back to school, and like the one thing that's always been like constant in my life is you guys, and I just appreciate you guys a lot.
It's a place where I can sometimes just hang out or just chill.
I'm a straight white dude from the Midwest, and I have students who are not straight. So you guys have taught me how to act in front of people like that, which has actually been super helpful. The bar is the place I can be myself with zero expectations whatsoever. Even if I'm gone for like 9 months at a time, I always feel welcome here, and I've known most of the people in the server for like most of my adult life, which feels really weird to say. And I don't want to know what my life would be, how it would be different with other people.
It's definitely a comfort place. It's sort of a safe space, and it's a nice place to sit and relax. And I've definitely met a lot of really nice people through it.
I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. Just the community is very, very nice. It's a good place.
Well, the bar's always been like it's been a safe place for me personally for like a long time. It's always been a place where I can like go and really do anything I want after like super long days. Everyone here is super nice and supportive, and even if I just need a distraction, so many people can provide that and are willing to talk to you or anything really. It's just really awesome. It's a really great place. And I mean, you guys have really like, I've even with big changes throughout like stuff that I've done, whether it be like me like struggling to find work or whatever it is, you guys have always just been supportive and tried to help me and back me, and that really goes for so many different people in the bar. And I could literally come up with like a list of people that have done that, but it's just a really great place and community of really awesome people. So I really do hope to keep growing and finding more awesome people too, because it's a really great place to have, I think.
I mean, for me, yeah, like I said, it's safe environment. I don't really feel afraid to join a call with just some random people. But like it was at first it was definitely tough because I had an online friend of 7 years who just up and dipped on our friendship, and it hurt, so it definitely made things tough. But I just learned that obviously not everybody is like that, and that the bar was a really safe place to make friends and meet new people.
The bar means a lot to me, especially now. When I joined the bar, I was joining at a very weird part of my life. I was still kind of getting over my girlfriend breaking up with me, and I was losing a lot of the friends I would play games with, especially on like Xbox and shit like that, because I switched over to PC and they didn't really want to play with me anymore. Or there was this other server I was in, and it was just kind of dying, mainly. So when I joined the bar, fucking instant reboot. It was amazing. It was just an absolute refresher to talk to so many different people and meet new people and make friends with them and play games like Among Us and Valorant with them. Like, I don't really know where I'd be without the bar today.
The bar has been, the thing is, the people in the bar, like you guys, has been here for me like through the hardest time I've been through, which was like in April, when everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, just being around you guys helped me like coping with that pain. Just knowing that I have you guys and friends for life, just means the world to me. So the bar means a lot to me.
I was gone for over a year. A lot of people are gone. And a lot of people that I just recently started meeting, and then before I left, like, are still here, but they're like way, like Mitch, Norway, are like way more like interactive. Mitch is speaking more. He's like actually smiling, showing his face. And it's crazy because like you have all these people that like you didn't get to meet, and all the people that you did meet still here when you come back. And even being gone so long, like everybody's still open arms. Seeing people change, seeing people do their own things. Like, this place is more open, more free to be who they are.
For me, the bar means a lot. I'm gonna try and do this without crying. This place basically become my second family, and it really does mean a lot to me.
To me, the bar isn't just where I come to hang out and play games. It's also a place where I've met some of the greatest friends and worst enemies. I've met family in the bar, had tons of laughs, and generally grown as a person. I've also made mistakes, been taken advantage of, had my heart broken, and overall I've had numerous mental health crises because of all the foolishness we've had to endure together. But despite all the hardships it's brought, I would do it all again pretty close to the same, not exactly the same. Because to me, the bar is more than just the bad times and the struggles we've had. To me, the bar means love. The bar means going outside of my comfort zone and learning new things. It means finding friends who will always be by my side and separating them from those who truly don't care about me. But the bar, I can honestly say that I would have been in a much worse place than I am now. So to say all that, the bar to me means home.
This community is not only built by the staff here, but the entire community. So we also want to say a big thank you to
Danny, Toothbrush,
In Norway.
Mitch,
Spicy,
Ghost,
Wiki,
Goblin,
Blitz,
Pumpkuno,
Inka,
Chase, Bunny,
Jakob,
Skylar,
Wiki,
Focus,
Chains,
Spicy,
Norway,
Moose,
Linden,
Pixie,
Bandito,
Diet water.
Wiki,
Bunny,
Cherry,
Minnie,
Mitch.
Norway,
Blitz,
Spence,
Bandito,
Griffin,
Sean, Trey.
So here we are. 2 years later, and the bar is as active as ever, holding countless memories, moments, and stories. The bar was my escape while dealing with COVID. It helped me in my transition into my current job and gave me inspiration to go back to school. The bar was the first place I got to ask people to use my pronouns when I started my transition, and I still remember streaming baby name websites to the bar while I picked a new name. The strength this community has given me is absolutely unmatched. Not a day goes by that I don't thank the universe for granting me the luck to find this place, to build it up, to make a home here. 2 years ago, we were all strangers who wouldn't think twice about each other. Strangers you would pass on the street or in an airport. And now we're family. Now we are absolutely everything to each other. I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of bar members now, and every time it's like seeing a friend you've known your whole life. It's crazy to have 2 years of friendship with someone before even ever getting to hug them. But that's the burden we get to face together. Always thousands of miles apart, but always together.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. 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 You got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a